Well, isn't it indeed a beautiful day that we are closing up the month? Today is the 31st of August. How do you feel, actually, if I must say? Or did you just wake up thinking it's any other day? We are wrapping up the month and, of course, hoping that everything you are doing, you're also wrapping it up and presenting the next month. You're preparing, you're balancing your books, you are making all the reports, to prepare for the next month. Today is a Thursday and it is the 31st of August, 2023, and Mercy Katsime is here to take you through Smart Men's Business from 7 a.m. to 9:55 a.m. And of course, here to give you information that you need in regards to business, news that you could have missed out. I am here to give you everything that you need. And of course, not to forget to tell you that you can invest with Zabo, and of course you can invest as low as 15,000 Ugandan shillings. Just dial 292# and you can follow the prompts right there. And of course, opening time is 8:15 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. and that is approximately 7 hours. So public holidays and weekends, I tell you, they are not working. But for now, for these months that have been going on, we've not had any public holiday. So even in the next month, you can invest with Zabo from Monday to Friday, okay, regardless. And of course, they tell you, LTEX East Africa tells you something new 2023, and Zabo says, my money, my future. If you want to invest with Zabo. And of course, today taking you through our morning call as Ugandans here, that is according to URSP, Ugandans must achieve 80% of the company owners' data to get off money laundering grey list. Actually, some news that we're on the grey list, almost reaching to the blacklist. And when we get to the blacklist, you people, we are definitely in a bad state. Laundering is a lot in the country. Through bank, through many agencies. People are not registering their companies. They're not registering. Registration is not taking place. For civil servants, actually, you have to present in your properties, for cases of laundering, just to, make sure that you're not, on the list of those that are the culprits. So definitely the parliament is doing so, members of parliament, teachers are doing so. Everyone that is a civil servant has to take their properties to be registered so that you're not involved in such cases. So about us trying to get even off the grey list, for us to be secure, we have to make sure that companies' data is registered. We are in know of what they're dealing in, okay? Now the Financial Intelligence Authority says Uganda currently has only 40% of beneficial owners' data. 40%, imagine that. 60% they do not know about. That is why we're in danger. We are at a margin. We are almost in the black line. So definitely there has to be work done for us to be safe on the safer side. Now Uganda must at least achieve 80% and above in the registration of company and business beneficial owners if it is to get off the grey list. Now the Financial Intelligence Authority noted yesterday was among the parameters through which Uganda will get off the money laundering grey list, on which the country was blessed in 2020. So for you to be secure as a company, as a business, you have to get registered. Please get registered. And most of the registered companies are actually not paying taxes. You're the reason we're not getting in revenue, you people. So definitely get your company registered, pay your dues, give Caesar what belongs to Caesar, like they say in the Bible, and give God what belongs to God. So definitely that is it that we're going to do if we are trying to get off the grey list. Now the checklist has 22 action areas which seek to combat money laundering and terrorism financing. Yes, terrorism is financed through different entities, through different companies, if you did not know. So definitely That is also a way of, that is a way how we've gotten. I don't think we've gotten through that. It's just that we have many companies that have come up and they're not registered. Why would you have a company and it's not registered? It is, it is working on a daily. That is really responsible. Now, so Uganda has checked all the 21 boxes. Wow. We are ticking all the boxes for money laundering and terrorism financing. This is worrying. Apart from providing real-time access of information concerning beneficiaries of companies to law enforcement agencies, which is a mandate under the Uganda Registration Service Bureau, that is URSB. So take your companies. And now this is according to an official, Sydney Asubu, and she says so far our companies compliance is still low, very low. I think I must attribute this to the process in which someone takes to register a company. Some people do not want to go through that process, or it takes longer, they validate, they have to check through. I mean, go through the process before you even start up the company. I mean, that is the only way you're going to secure yourself and the country as well. Imagine now we're on the blacklist. Yeah, people won't invest. There will not be investors coming into our country because, I mean, who would want to invest in a country that is on blacklist for money laundering? And she says right now, we are at 40%. We are below the required threshold of 80% and above. Yes, that is according to the director right there while handing over office yesterday. Now, Uganda is expected to go through a review next month. Tomorrow, September, but it was not immediately clear if URSB would have achieved the 80% requirement by then. I don't think, because now if you see the report saying 40%, what initiatives have they put in place so that these companies come and register? I don't think within the shortest period of time, last month where we were on the blacklist, I don't think any effort has been made for us to reach that 80%. People are still lagging behind. People are still reluctant. I think there has to be a penalty. There has to be set in place for people. I mean, because people understand punishment. The only way Ugandans do understand is through punishment. So if we set perimeter, we set standards, and start closing up one of these companies, I think people will have it upon themselves to register. And now, of course, this is still her saying the URSB has given us assurances that by the time of the assessment next month, Uganda would have hit the target. Let's wait. Next month, just tomorrow, the 1st of September, 2023. Let's wait and see by the end of the month. If by September we are at 80%, then we shall be good to go. And of course, Patricia Opaka, the URSB manager for document registration and licensing, has said that they have provided access to particular ministries and departments and agencies with access to our system to get information on beneficial owners. You see, the thing about this whole thing of laundering, it's just that people do not have names attached to properties, okay? So definitely someone sets up a thing and because the money is really, no one knows where the money came for them to start up this organization. I mean, they have to have a background check. You cannot just wake up as Mercy today and I have a building in Kampala, yet people know my salary, the bank knows my salary is up to this standard. Where did I get the money? You see, for a person, it's for a person doing licensing and all that. They have to go back to the books and ask you questions. How is this money coming into you? Who is responsible? Are you, you have to present your other side hustles as well, so that people know, so that you do not get culpable for this. Now, Mr. Subu, who is leaving after 8 years, he was actually handing over office, said next month's review in England, UK must yield good results, failure of which Uganda risks joining like the likes of Iran, North Korea, Burma, and of course the sanction list. This is getting too much fiery. And of course, finally, Uganda remains on the Financial Action Task Force grey list for not taking measures to combat money laundering and terrorism financing. Now, of course, government has previously assured development partners, including the IMF, that it had committed resources to implement measures in the short term. So, well, as we look for ways of making sure that we get off the grey list, I must urge Ugandans, whoever has a company and is not listed, is not registered, please take it upon yourself to register, because the moment we get on the blacklist, it's going to really affect us. It starts with you as an individual, then it affects everyone else, even the innocent ones, even those that have been doing good. So definitely, please have your companies registered, have your businesses registered, okay? Let people know the source of where you're getting your money. Anyway, that is what we managed to have for the morning all, as Uganda is set to achieve 80% of company data information. Okay, away from that, let's look at what is happening in the press. Well, of course, in the press with the New Vision and the Daily Monitor, you know, for people, some people actually, some people really prefer the hard copy. You know, they're not used to the soft copy and all that. So you could grab yourself a New Vision, a Daily Monitor, and have much information. Now, our top story here, Keihura freed, and of course reveals his next step. You know, he has been in court. You know, cases were against him, so he's a free man now. What is it next? He's going to retirement? Is he going to graze his cows? Who knows? He's yet to tell us what he's set for. You can get more of this information if you give yourself the New Vision. Now, of course, internationally, a Gabon coup, President Ali Bongo, and a house arrest. What is happening? The western parts of Africa getting much involved in coups. What is it for the rest of Africa? You know, it can actually, this, I must say, could have an influence to other nations. Let's wait and see. He's under house arrest. Now, of course, Operation Shuja, Museveni meets DRC army officers. And of course, a Swedish ambassador to Uganda, this was actually Sacred Heart Mushanga, in Shema district, actually became the winners of the Green Schools National Debate. You remember we told you there were finals of the Green and Schools National Debate, and Sacred Heart Mushanga in Shema district has scooped the medals, and they're holding their tiny trophy right there. Kudos for you. It's a good thing to be part of debate. You know, being argumentative is not for everyone. So if you could hold the mic and have an exchange of words peacefully, that is what they call a debate. Peacefully. It's a peaceful exchange of arguments. So, of course, police intercepts 200 youth being trafficked to Kenya. By the way, there's a lot of cases of trafficking. So I would, mostly for those that go in for these companies that register people going abroad and all that, people have been actually involved in human trafficking. So, I mean, pick an agency that you know that someone has really recommended for you. I know you want to go out and seek for better opportunities, but really, is that really worth it? So if you want to go to these agencies that are recognized, okay? Go to these agencies that are recognized so that you avoid 200 youth. This is a lot of potential that was going to be trafficked. A lot of potential. And with initiatives coming in, PDM, we have youth initiatives. Why wouldn't you be a part of this and start yourself something interesting right there? And of course, that is Sacred Heart Mushanga raising. It's so tiny. The trophy is so tiny, but very, very, very beautiful. The joy they have is extreme. It is really genuine. And of course, in the Daily Monitor, still Keihura walks to his freedom. Look at him. Look at him after years of being in court. Now, legislators to probe cash for cooperatives. And of course, deposed Gabon leaders call for help. That is international. That is what is happening in Gabon. It's been trending all over. So grab yourself the New Vision or the Daily Monitor if you want to get more information on how the coup is really progressing, on how the country is progressing, how has it affected. Of course, I must say there is instability right about now. And of course, Nabanja orders probe into the PDM cash. They've started off dispersing the PDM cash, so we're yet to know. And of course, a lot more if you get yourself a copy of the Daily Monitor. Now, still in the New Vision, very many interesting stories right here. And of course, districts want 102 billion for physical planning. Yeah, some districts are actually in poor state, so there is a need for, actually, one of the requirements for a district to acquire city status, there has to be physical, there has to be proper infrastructure, and that involves physical planning. Most of the districts are not properly planned for. The buildings, the roads are not okay. There was an issue actually in Kavala district over this. For them to gain city status, they had to have clear planning for their district. And of course, that is a traffic right there. And of course, that we're seeing the traffic flow is actually going, the cars are moving. Yes, and of course, that is Ginger Road. And of course, I can see, okay. The traffic is not that much. I can see the cars are a little bit stopped, and within just a few, I mean, coming from Nakawa, there, going to, actually, that is the shortest route to Garden City and all that, if you're to use that route. So definitely, that is the clock tower. So the traffic is not a lot, must say, only for those that are coming in from the other end. There's been stopped, but then the cars are in movement. So as you can see, taxis, most of them are empty. I don't think, I mean, most people's working environments are actually in the city center. So for those going beyond, going to Mukono, beyond Jinja, that is where people get their taxis. Those Abeve, Dinda, Iganga, that is where they get their taxis from. And I believe people actually prefer walking on mornings after maybe the taxis have dropped them off. They prefer walking, which is good, which is healthy. Walking once in a while is really, I must say, healthy. And of course, that is a route that goes to Garden City across Carrefour. And of course, that is the shortest route if you want to get to where you're going. That is where people come in from, like a shortcut going to those side. When you're going to Nakawa, beyond, yes, I see it's quite moving. It's moving, and of course, not that tight. Not that tight when it comes to traffic today. Today is a Thursday, and people are loosening up, and people are going to be leaving earlier today. I used to ask myself on Thursdays why people actually buy people on the road. I'm like, why is there a lot of traffic? I realize it's a prayer day for people, for some people, those that pray from Apostle Grace Luvega, they be going to pray. And the earlier you go to sit, the earlier you go, the earlier you get the front seat. People be in huge numbers. Of course, there's the traffic lights right there, and you can see borders are waiting. Yeah, and of course, the movement from Kampala, not so much. The cars, few people are coming in, a few, but the traffic is not. The traffic flow is calm. You know, there is order. So definitely, whoever is coming in from Kampala, there is not much that you expect. There's no, actually, I don't think there is a lot of traffic when you're going to that side of Nakawa. There's not, except for those that are coming from there. There's a little bit of traffic because people come from Chisasi, Chanja, all that far. But you get it, hey, that is where most people reside. So the traffic that is always there, it's a bit tight. But going that side, a little bit low. That is, of course, the access road. Yeah, those that are coming in from Golobi, Zira, Stintale, yeah, the traffic is a little bit, yeah, that's moving traffic. It's moving traffic. You can see vehicles are in order. Yeah, they're not a lot. So definitely, if you are on your way today along the access road, there is no much traffic, so you can come easily. The traffic does that. The traffic lights do not hold people for a longer time. At least 2 minutes are enough for the next load to go. So definitely, that is at order. And people are walking. It's end of month. People are walking. Oh wow! But it's good exercise. It's really good exercise to walk in the morning for those that have their working areas around there. It's easier once the taxi drops you there. You can take a stroll to your working place right there. Well, and of course that brings us to the end of traffic updates today. For those that are going up to Nakawa, that side, the traffic is a little bit. The traffic is, there are no cars, there are not many cars. Of course, that brings us to the end of traffic today. And of course, don't forget to invest with Zabu. And they tell you you can invest as low as 15,000 Ugandan shillings. And of course, you can dial *29# and follow the prompts if you want to invest with Zabu. Invest with government bonds and securities. Of course, opening time is just going to be in a few minutes. That is at 8:15 a.m. to 3:15 a.m. 3:15 p.m. And of course, there to tell you that you can invest as low as 15,000 again in shillings. So definitely, weekends and public holidays, Zabu is not in action. So if you want to be active, you can be active with them on Monday to Friday. So today they're still working, no public holiday this month, no next month, maybe in October, that is only one public holiday. But of course, LTX East Africa says do something new, and Zabu says my money, my future. Of course, securing yourself, the future. Of course, smart business goes for a short commercial break. Coming up, we have Caribbean East Africa and what's happening across the globe.